All right, we should be doing better. Hey Joe, how's the is the music too low compared to my voice? Is my voice okay? It's kind of terrible. All right, raise myself a little bit, my mic a little bit closer to me. Okay, should be good. All right, I think the music's okay. Let's go up a little bit. All right, so that took a while to get started. So I wanted to start about an hour ago. I'm gonna be making some keycaps with resin. I have these 3D printed parts here that I made on my resin printer that you might, I don't know if this has autofocus on. Yeah, it should. So these ones I made, and they're usually gray when they come out in the print, but I painted these with primer. This one I didn't get a chance to paint yet. Because I started so late, I'm gonna have to do another stream tomorrow, which I kind of wanted to do anyway, but I'm only gonna make a couple today, or at least get them started to be made. So this one's, you know, Falcon Heavy Rocket, 3D printed and painted them, and since these are the only 3 that are painted and these ones are not, I'm just gonna save these for tomorrow and just make 3 today. It's kind of a waste of resin, but you know, just to stream something. Alright, give me 1 second to set something else up. Alright, so we'll get started. So here is a silicone keycap mold that I bought online on Amazon. These kind of come, you know, sized to make a keycap, roughly this size. Well, actually exactly this size. This is the one I made already on webcam. whatever, you can see it. But so the way we do this is if you can kind of see top layer here, it's clear on top. So what I do is I use this mold and I put in clear resin. I press in the 3D print, wait a couple minutes for it to harden slightly because this stuff takes like 12 hours to harden. Then I fill the rest in with whatever color I want on the back. So basically going to be making 3 keycaps this size with these 3D prints. So to get started, so I have a scale here, measuring cup here, and a bunch of red Solo cups on the ground. So the way this is going to work, so for the Spider-Man one, I think I'm going to do black again, just because this one I made the printed part on my FDM printer and it didn't come out as clean as the resin print came out. So I'm going to do this again, remake it, make it a little bit cleaner. This one I'm probably going to do black too, and then this one for Apex I think I'm going to do red. Tomorrow I'll be doing the Master Chief ones, which I think this came out insane. And more of these ones. So, first thing you have to do is right here with this, I'm going to put on gloves first so I don't get resin on my hands. So you can just use normal latex nitrile gloves, whichever ones you have. Hey, I just bought the measuring cup at Walmart. didn't have one. So I bought these online as well on Amazon. They're called Roxy Epoxy. It's part of a kit, and there's 2 parts. There's resin A, well, it's the resin in bottle A, and then this right here is the hardener. So you mix these 1-to-1 in a measuring cup, and you use a scale to make sure you're mixing exactly 1-to-1. I was measuring, like saying like, all right, I'll do, a 1/4 cup and a 1/4 cup, but if I was off slightly, it would make the resin actually harden yellow, which didn't come out that nice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to push everything back on my desk without knocking everything off, so I can use, oh, one thing went. So I can use a hard surface for the scale. And there we go. Can't really be doing this on cardboard. Go out a little bit so you can kind of see this. All right, so first you want to measure cup itself, 36 grams, and then you want to tear it because you want it to zero out. So then first we're going to put in the resin. Hey Blake, how's it going? Right now, for the people that just joined, we're making some resin keycaps with 3D prints in them. It's going to come out something like this. I made this a couple months back. I'm going to be also streaming tomorrow to finish up because I have a bunch of other prints that I didn't get the chance to paint yet. Like you can see this, can't really hold it. It's hard to hold these things in gloves. These Master Chief prints, which actually came out really cool. If my camera wants to focus, well, you can do it. It only focuses when it wants to, but you can kind of get the idea of it from here. I'm going to try to paint those tomorrow. I wanted to paint them today, but I ran a little late and then had some technical issues with the stream. But so, what we are doing right now is measuring out some resin. So here, since we're only making 4 keycaps, we really don't need a lot, but I'm going to put a little bit more than I need just so I don't run out. So right here, you can see it starting to measure itself. It's easier to mix too if you use a little bit more. I wish I was using like a good amount. I'm gonna go to like 40 grams because I think that should be enough. All right, there we go. So this stuff is messy. It does smell. You want to be in a pretty well ventilated area. John Halo. All right, so we're at 41 grams of resin. So now Oh, 40 to 41. It's kind of bouncing between. So we're going to click tear. Now we're zeroed out again. We're going to throw in 40 grams of hardener. So although this stuff kind of smells, it's not toxic until you start to actually mix it and it starts to curing in the air. So what you want to do is once it's curing, well, we want to pour in our stuff as quickly as we can, then get it to cure, get it to set, and then once it's curing, kind of just leave it outside if it's not a cold day or hot day out. Actually, I guess if it's a hot day, it's fine. All right, we're at 41 there. Oops, made a little mess. All right, so we're close enough between those two. All right, here's this. So now we know we got a 1-to-1 mixture, and this is the boring part. But we can just kind of listen to music for 7 minutes because we have to stir this for 5 to 7 minutes. And you want to stir it to make sure there's not a lot of air bubbles in it because it's really hard to get air bubbles out of resin. But as you can kind of see in here, it's kind of getting cloudy. You want to stir until it's clear. The instructions do say, you can already see some bubbles in here. It's kind of inevitable. But the instructions do say stir for 5 to 7 minutes. And actually, while I am doing this, put it down for a second. I'm going to put on a mask real quick just to make sure I'm not breathing in too much of the off fumes. Alright, I got a mask on. Yeah, oddly satisfying. Not for me. Gotta do it for 5 more minutes. I think I started at 12 minutes into the stream. We're 13 minutes into the stream. I'll stop at 17 or 18 minutes in. See, it's already getting clearer, but there are a lot of bubbles in here. One thing that people do that I've been looking online is they use a heat gun when especially if it's like they're like doing a big spot of resin or like filling something big that a lot of bubbles come in. They use a heat gun to get rid of a lot of the bubbles. It's not too bad in keycaps because they're small, but I mean, you still want to get rid of as much as you can. Hey Josh. Alright, we got 4 minutes left of stirring. There are a lot of bubbles in this. Hopefully the keycaps don't come out bad, but we're doing more tomorrow anyway, so if they do, I'll learn and do it better tomorrow. Josh, we gotta play Splitgate. I started playing ranked and I'm awful. Thank you, Josh. All right, is that better? Can you hear the music too? I kind of have everything muted down a lot because my first stream was very loud. I'm actually playing it's like a Spotify remix or mix of lo-fi hip hop. Let me tell you something, Minecraft music is great. Got another 2 minutes of mixing this stuff. I'm just gonna hold it like this and stir it pretty evenly. Big chillin'. Alright, nice. Cool. I'll probably stir with this one. There are so many bubbles. All right. Well, the good news is it's not looking yellow. We got a lot of bubbles, but it's not looking yellow, and that's okay. All right, I think we're good. Just kind of wait. All right, so the next steps. So we are making one Spider-Man, one SpaceX, and one Apex Legends logo, or keycaps. So this stuff came with the kit too. So we have some different colors, like kind of like a powder that you mix in. You can kind of see on this one, let me put this back, kind of see on this one how it's kind of, it focuses maybe, well, you can kind of see it glistening. It's not like one homogeneous color, but it's a kind of like misty color. And Josh, yeah, 100%. I made one, I don't have it here, like a 3D printed one, like purely 3D printed. It didn't come out that great, but I will, if I make a logo, which I could very easily now because I have a much better printer, I will do that as well. Maybe I'll do that quickly tonight and print it tomorrow because I'm doing another live stream tomorrow, making more. Alright, black and red, here we go. Alright, that's all we need for these colors. Get rid of these. Here. Okay. So, the next step. I'm going to do, just make sure this is kind of clean, there's no gunk in it. I don't see any. And I lost my I bought a kit that came with a bunch of pipettes to put some resin in, and I actually lost that. So what I'm gonna do is kind of use this and drip them in. So like I said, we want a little first layer in here for the model to kind of sit on of no color. Then, so now we got those. I'm gonna do another fourth one. Let those kind of sit and even out. Put this here. I got resin on my fingers now, so I gotta be careful. Then I have, all right, so then I take this, and since these are here, what I'm gonna do is use these tweezers that I actually used to pick these parts out of the resin earlier, or out of the printer earlier. I'm gonna place these in the center as I can. Yeah, there's a lot of bubbles in here. Hopefully this will kind of figure itself out when it sets, but if not, we'll make better ones tomorrow. So I'm gonna put this in here. Just kind of getting stuck. Okay, this looks a bit centered. Centered as it's gonna be. Okay. One down, 2 to go. Well, 3 to go. Actually, I have another thing. Alright, so here goes the Apex Legends logo. Put this bad boy in the center one. Actually, put this in the bottom right. Hardest part of this is going to be making sure that all these are centered. Not slightly angled, because it's such a small thing, but it can make it look so bad. Alright. I think that's good enough. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow when it dries. Alright, and then last one's a Falcon 9 rocket that you can't really see that well because my camera's not doing a good job of focusing. Alright, so we're going to put this in at a 45-degree angle. Actually, no, I didn't want that one. I wanted it to go in this one. Another idea, or well, not idea, but thought, is that even though there's a lot of bubbles in this, if I'm pushing these to the surface, then I'm filling it with a color in the back, then I think the colors will at least hide most of the bubbles. 1 second. Josh, they unfortunately will not glow. Well, I can make you a clear one, but it won't come out that clean because of all the bubbles. But no, you might see a little bit of it. Alright, now that we have all this in, no worries, Joe. So the next step. So we got these red solo cups. And take this resin. I'm gonna put a little bit more in one of them than the other, because we're going to be doing 3 keycaps black and 1 keycap red. So that should be enough for 3 keycaps. I'm gonna kind of stop pouring that one, but let's keep going. Then there's another cup off screen that you can't really see, but I am pouring the rest of the resin in there. There's UV setting resin, which means when it's in UV light it cures and gets hard solid. This is not that, so this just solidifies with time. Alright, got all this kind of done for now. Alright, so right here, you can kind of see in there, it's a bunch of resin. So this is going to be our black. resin for the black keycaps. So you just kind of pour a little bit of this powder in here. Use a very small amount for now, as you can see. You stir that up, and it should get dark. And I remember last time I did this, I used hardly any. Yeah, you can already see how black, just that little bit is going to turn this thing. Oh god, yeah, now I'm starting to smell the resin now. Cool. Alright, I'm mixing this, and as you can see, when you mix in that stuff, you really don't see as many bubbles. I mean, I say as you can see, but it's like looking into a black void, so I guess you'll have to take my word on that. But, alright, so now that's mixed pretty well. So, because I'm not prepared and don't have any pipettes or anything, move my camera up a little bit, and I'm just gonna straighten here as I want, because one thing looks a little off. The Apex one's a little crooked still. All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm off screen right now. Okay. Promise. Here we go now. I'm gonna make sure this is all straight. Oh, it's still not straight. Sorry, this is very tedious. Okay. Here we go. Black resin here. And gonna kind of scoop this. All right, the top three are gonna be black in the background. Oop, this is actually not as dark as I want. Well, maybe for the SpaceX one it'll look cool dark, or like slightly dark, because it'll kind of look slightly translucent with space behind it. All right, so you want to cover it up. I'm gonna put a little bit more black in for the other two. Sorry for how annoying the sound might sound. Okay, should be good to mix more in. All right, now it should be a lot darker. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so that's the top three down, and then right here is the last of it. Put in a good amount of red to make sure it's pretty dark red. Well, at least pretty full of red. Oh god, it's been way too much. Oh god. We'll go with it. Yeah, you can see how much is in there. Oops. Hopefully it doesn't just turn into a like cake batter or something. Yeah, this is way too much. Alright, I think it'll be okay though. Yeah, it's just very vibrant. It's like red paint. Make sure it's all mixed when I put it all in, so it's not, you don't really see the powder in it. Okay. There. So that's 90% of the job done. The last thing we have to do, coffee and spicy water. What is spicy water? Is that vodka? Yeah. The hell is spicy water? Or it could be water, seltzer water. Alright, I need one more thing, and I don't know if I have it in this room. Let me see. I do. Alright. Here's the last thing. So what these are the pieces that press into the top of it and gives it the actual shape for the switch. Kraken rum. It's more like spicy soda. Alright. So for this, what you want to do for these, let me move this over here so I do it on cam. So what you want to do for these is fill in these notches, because otherwise, unfortunately, I learned from experience, they will not fill in and you will have horrible switches, or horrible slots for your switches. Alright. Just want to make sure those are actually in there. Alright, so now that we have this, we line this up here as good as we can, and we press it on in. A lot of it's going to overflow because I filled it up a little bit too much, but I think that's okay. Kind of press and hold it for a little bit so it sits. Make sure I didn't put it way too much on the side for one of them like I did. Alright, those two are looking good. One thing I should have done is taken these two apart because they're not lined up perfectly. Alright, so filling this in here. Drop it. It's a messy process. Alright, put this in this top right one. Too much of a mess. Too soon. Okay. Gonna have to push that one down in a second. The last one we're gonna put some red resin in. Okay, squish this one on in. Yeah, I didn't make these in a while, as you can probably tell by how much resin's coming out of this. Oh god. Alright. Are we in a good spot? Let's find out. Done. We made a little bit of a mess, but that's all we really need to do other than waiting. So yeah, I guess to recap, you have some 3D printed pieces right here, which hopefully they didn't get covered in resin. I painted them. Gonna be doing this again tomorrow, so if you want to see the whole process of me painting and everything, check that out. Then we put in some clear resin, put in the pieces, made sure it was as straight as we can get it, filled it in with the color we want the keycaps to be, and then press it down with these top silicone pieces that kind of shape it to be the shape for the switch to sit into. Recap. I didn't even mean to make the joke. But okay. I'm not going to end the stream yet, but I am going to... You guys are hilarious. Going to be bringing this outside real quick because I don't want this to sit here. So I'll be right back. Take off this glove. I'm going to put on the BRB screen. Be back in like 5-ish minutes. All right, hello, we're back. Um, so as you can see, everything's all cleaned up. So I think the resin takes like 12 hours to dry to the touch at least. Usually I leave it for like, well, I take it out of the mold and then I kind of leave it for another day or two. It's kind of malleable once you take it out and like squishes a bit, but it gets hard enough to, you know, just mess around with like this one after like 2 days. And they always have like these kind of pegs you can see right here. You just kind of snip those off. But I will be streaming again tomorrow, so we should be able to see those. I'm gonna get the rest of these all set and painted. Maybe I'll prime them off stream, paint them on stream, using this mini paint that I bought that people use for Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. I use this type of paint to make this Spider-Man. It looks really good on the camera because it's not focused, but I didn't prime this first because I didn't have any primer, but you can kind of see some, well, I guess you can't. Camera doesn't want to show you. Oh, now you can see it. But yeah, this paint is pretty good for beginners. This is the first thing I painted and it came out pretty good. The eyes are kind of screwed up. You can't really tell again because it's blurry, but the white you can kind of see like paint strokes on. All right, there we go. You can kind of see like brush strokes on it. But the paint itself, the texture of the 3D print kind of hangs out well on it. Like, whoop, almost dropped it. But you can see like there's some imperfections there. The primer probably would do better with. I had to put like 4 coats on this thing to get the paint to stick. But very fun. This is the paint kit. I think I got it for like 20 bucks. Just came with a bunch of different paints. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna use to paint these. Don't know how the Master Chief one's gonna come out because there's a lot of divots in there. I think I'm gonna just paint him straight up green. Hey Keen, how's it going? But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll try to do green and dark green. But yeah, well, since I have like 30 minutes to kill and don't feel like ending the stream yet, Josh, what I'll do for you is model that Witcher keycap piece. I might not be able to get to it to print it on stream tomorrow. Give me a sec for this to actually boot up. Click Fusion. All right, there we go. So just add I want to add the viewer count on here, like having that on the bottom left. Add source. Light green first when it dries. You can paint with, yeah, that's true. I'm gonna paint with primer, then put like a light green. Then I can see if there's any surfaces that's like dark green that looks good. I'll just do that. All right, in a sec, I'm plugging my webcam, moving this out of the way because it's a pain to stand behind things. All right. So, one sec, let me hide my screen for a sec just because I don't want to show some files in case. All projects. You know what? Screw it. All right, Josh, I'm gonna build this from scratch for you. Screen here. All right. Witcher medallion. My internet is trash while I'm streaming. save image as, save as desktop. Trim it out. Okay. So I'm going to insert. Going to insert from computer, hide this off, open the Witcher medallion, click this surface, and then, the hell? Canvases, edit, rotated it 90, and I want it to be, I think what I've been doing everything to is about a 1/2 inch, but let me measure real quick. Go back to the, oh wait, I turned my camera off. So I'm just using the caliper to measure the size of what I've been printing. All right, so a little bit less than, well, around a 1/2 inch. So let's see if I can zoom in and see some measurements on here. Well, I can always scale it after. Okay, I'll just do it like this. All right, so what we're gonna do is do that, create a sketch on the same surface, and we're gonna have a lot of fun tracing this out. It's fine, Josh, it'll be ready for you. All right, we're gonna create a mirror line, create another line, and just start sketching. This is kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna assume it does this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sketching the outlines of this. Mobile, nice. All right. Sketch this to go here. There's a lot of points on this one, it's gonna be tough. I already have another keycap. I was gonna just use the file that I had already, but I don't know if I have it on this, in this software. I think I did it on an older software. All right. Yeah, Josh, if you end up having a go, don't feel bad that I'm making you this. Like, I'm just gonna do it anyway, so might as well do it live. This is Fusion 360 keying. I just posted a video actually showing like how to make a lot of like extrusions or make 3D files with different methods. So you could check that out if you wanted to actually learn how to do cuts. See, this one's shaded, so it's hard to see what's actually like. I shouldn't use this image. It's like cut off up top. I think this just goes here. It's hard to tell. I'm just gonna make this look good. I don't care if it's really accurate. I guess. This one is gonna go here, because that's what I see here. Alright, so this goes here. And the only thing I gotta do here now is create a curve. Arc. 3-point arc. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. So I'm gonna make a couple more lines here. Make this go up to here. This go here. This go there. And this go there. And you will see how I do this to get like the shadows to actually look like parts, like similar to what I did for the Master Chief one. Because that one was a pain. You kind of just like extrude it and play with thicknesses. I think that looks good. Gotta do the teeth. And the eyes. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take this curve here and make it kind of go there. And then create another arc here to the end of the eye, which I think is here, and make it fit the eye as well as I can, which is there. I'm going to do another one for this part. And then, not really going to worry about these wrinkles, I don't think, or this one. This actually kind of looks horrible. Well, does it? Whatever, we'll see. Gosh, this might not come out as good as I'm hoping. Yeah, if it doesn't, I could spend more time off stream doing it. Kind of, I'm not rushing, but I'm doing my best in what little time I have. Sounded very ominous. Alright. Alright, more teeth. So now take this, make this go here, make this go here, and make this go there. And then once that mirrors, it'll be a surface I can extrude. I think I'll just get rid of this at the bottom, but we'll see. Okay. Have your faith. Thank you, Josh. That means the world. All right. Boom. Probably use the, if I do redo this, I'll probably use the PNG that I used originally. I don't know why I didn't just do that, but I already have this up here, so we're making the best with what we got. Okay. All right, so this is screwed up. I realize this just goes here. I think at least. Okay. So now I'm gonna grab this, go here. Grab a straight line. Make sure this is lined up with the origin point. Go down there. Go. Grab the wrong one. Go here and line this up here. Yeah, I can use low res ones. Like this should come out good. It's just the shading's kind of shot. Like I'm kind of like, look at this. You can't like you can't really see these pieces. I'm just kind of assuming. I'd say that goes there. Okay. I gotta grab this. Go down here. Thumbs up. Grab this. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. Grab this, go here, grab this. Want this lined up with this point. I'm gonna give myself a stroke with how much I have to zoom in and out. Okay. So, attempt 1. You guys ready? Mirror. Objects. Except for this. Mirror line. This. Okay. Whoa, that's ugly. Okay. So I'm gonna click finish. Nah, I still gotta trace out the tongue. Oops, forgot to do that. Well. Do that there, and then assume the tongue goes up here. Grab this here. Just kind of do that. This looks like a hot mess. Alright, now I'm gonna mirror again. Boom, boom, boom. And this one. Mirror line again, same one. Okay. Alright. Alright, are you guys ready? Finish sketch. Hide canvas. Alright, the eye kind of looks bad, but I'm going to do something with that to make it look not so bad. This also needs to go up here. Alright. So, what are we going to do? We're going to grab this. Ooh, I forgot to do this too, actually. I'm gonna crash this. Alright, hold on. Oh god, it's frozen. Oh no. Too many points. What the hell? Alright, we're gonna have to wait a sec. Get this thing to get back up there. Okay, we're good. Alright. Control Z. Best friend. Control Z again. Undo. Computer's like freaking out because there's so many points here. Showing me that everything's working. It's just something's like stuck right now. Alright. Screen real quick. Control Alt Delete. Task Manager. We are going to end Fusion 360 and reopen it. Hopefully it automatically saved. If not, I'm gonna have to end the stream and redo that later. Fusion 360. That dude, it sucks. It's annoying. For sure. Oh, alright. Untitled. No, wait. File. Recover documents. Alright. Boom. Open. Alright, we are back in action. All right, close. Okay, so this is fixed now. So what I wanted to do was right click this, click edit sketch, grab this here instead of grabbing and dragging because that's going to make it freak out again. We're going to just draw a line to this point, draw a line to this point, and then one thing I'm going to do that's kind of inaccurate, draw that and draw that just so I can have something to extrude. All right, now we're going to finish the sketch. So I'm going to grab this, oh, this isn't lined up either. Well, grab that later. And grab this and this. Click extrude, and we're gonna create a new body on the right here and extrude it about 0.5 inches because that is how high I extruded the Master Chief helmet. So the whole point of this is, you know, it's not finished, but what we're going to do is keep going back to this sketch, edit the sketch, well, hold on, we're going to click extrude, show the sketch, keep extruding different pieces at different heights so you can see it. So for this one, click E again to extrude, show the sketch, click this and this too. I'm going to do 0.04. Click OK. Then for this, we're going to do extrude 0.042. No, 3, 5. Then grab, well, we got to edit this. Edit the sketch. Yeah, this is kind of wonky. Okay, so here. Playing with splines is a lot of fun. Oh, please don't freeze. Whoa. There. Alright. Screw it. Delete. We're going to redraw it. I don't need the... Done. And then, since this one didn't delete, we're going to remirror it. Click that, mirror line, right there, done. All right, finish sketch. Now we got, oh, whoa. That wasn't the issue. This was the issue, oh no. Edit sketch. All right. There we go, close up that surface. Same thing on the right, or left side. All right, my computer's wants to cry right now. All right. Finish. All right, now I should want to cry a little bit less because maybe not. All right. People just joining. We finished making the resin keycap. That's just kind of sitting, waiting to cure for another 12 hours. Now we are working on a design to make another part that goes inside of it. Click OK there. Join that. Go back to here. Click E again. I want to extrude this surface off a little bit more. Here instead of cut, join. There we go. And then looks kind of weird from the side, but once we get everything up and set, it'll be less weird looking. Okay. Press this, extrude up. Question is, do I want it? Yeah, I want this up a little bit. Okay. Got the last couple pieces up here, which is kind of like the shading or the shadow of the edges. Go up here. Make them a little bit lower. Click OK. All right, and then just the last couple things. Grab all these teeth, make them go up the same amount. Oh, forgot to click that. that's good. And then grab this and extrude this up. Actually gonna make this go a little bit past, which looks kind of weird, but I'm gonna make these go a little bit past too, to be honest. I'm gonna re-grab these and make these go a little bit further than they are right now. Just so they're sticking up a small amount. All right. Okay, the last couple pieces. Ooh, I wanted to make them go a little bit less, or a little bit further than that surface. The last thing is grab this. Join 0.45. Okay. All right. And then the tongue. We don't really care how far, just as long as it looks like it's there. And then you want to join that. And then this is the last thing right here. That's good. So now they're still a little well, it's not really wonky looking, but it's, you know, just kind of flat. And I mean, to be honest, this looks kind of good enough from far away. It's going to be really small, but to add a couple more touches, what we're going to do is create a sketch right here to kind of line this up to there, and extrude this one up a bit, well, up a little bit, join. Okay. Do that much. Edit feature. 0.01, I'm going to do 0.009, 0075. Alright, just so you still have a little bit of an edge between these two parts here. And then instead of having to redraw this on this side, what we're going to do is we're going to click create, mirror that object. And for the mirror plane, since we have this lined up right with the origin, we are going to grab this, and it should duplicate it on this side. Alright, I spoke too soon. One sec. Mirror, faces, bodies, features. There we go. So you want to grab this feature. Mirror it on the plane again. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now alright, last couple touches before I gotta get off. So what I'm going to do is take this, and we're going to fillet this corner here, right here too. So we're going to make this go 0.01, maybe 0.02. Can I do that? No. 0.015, 12, 11. No, we're going to do 1. All right, so that way you kind of have like a little surface there, curved surface there that looks kind of cool. You can do the same thing here, 0.01, no, 0.005. No, we're just gonna leave that as is because that looks fine. All right, oh no, okay. So other features, we're gonna add some chamfers. Thanks, Kian. All right, chamfer. Here, 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 and here. I grabbed everything I wanted. There too. So if we do 0.01 again. Sometimes you get like some error messages and it won't let you do what you want. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing it on all of them, I'm going to click chamfer here and 0.01. There we go. So that's what I wanted to do. I might have to go individually on this, which is a little bit more time consuming. 0.01. Chamfer. 0.01. Okay, this is the issue. There's an issue with this one for some reason. I think it's because this is at a point right here. So what we're gonna do, because we do want to have it be a chamfer, is create a new sketch. Kind of make this. This isn't really accurate to the drawing, or to the real model. But what we're gonna do is click that, extrude it. Directions, one side, to object. Click this is the object. Instead of cutting, it's going to join. You're going to click OK, and then we have this little ledge here to kind of account for us. Now, if we go to click chamfer again, 0.01. All right, it works, but not as good. So we're going to do a little bit less of a chamfer. 2.004. There we go. Now that looks okay. I think I'm going to fix these fillets up here. They look not that great, to be honest with you. Delete those, and we're going to make those chamfers too, because I think having a kind of, yeah, that looks better. Cool. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to add one here too. 0.01. And I think right here. And also up here if it lets us. Yeah, that looks cool. And then also, yeah, last one here. And obviously mirror it over on the other side. Okay. Let's see if it lets me do this. Okay, and then all right, so this looks much better than we thought it was gonna look based on how we started it. So now I just have to mirror a few features on the other side. So like this chamfer here, this chamfer here, this chamfer here, and this one right here, as well as these three up there, which are included on the same feature. And I think that's it. So now mirror plane, click this one, and okay. And it didn't work, but we'll just have to take a little bit extra time. Oh wait, do these three first, because we know these three work together. 0.01. Then up here, for 0.05. save this real quick. Tap piece. All right. And this last one. I'll try to mirror it again so I don't have to redraw everything. Mirror. Feature. Feature. Cube option. Don't think of that. Okay. No. All right. All right, there we go with this, and then yeah, we should just be able to 3D print this, load this up for render or resin print, and get this in a keycap. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay, I'll try to print this in the next couple days, maybe. It should come out pretty cool. Then we'll get going on that. Get this in a keycap too. But all right, everybody. I think that about does it for the stream. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I'm gonna live stream again tomorrow morning, making a couple more keycaps because I didn't get to painting some of the pieces that I already printed. So I will send out a notification, schedule it, actually start streaming when I schedule it this time because I will not have technical difficulties again. And then, yeah, we should have more keycaps to make. I'll be able to open the keycaps that we made today. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks again, everybody, for joining to check out the stream, and I'll see you tomorrow.